everyone, and welcome to today's blog video. I am recording in the hot box that is my office. So I apologize if I stumble on words for this blog post. I don't mean to. It's very hot. Now I'm recording this like early in the morning when it's not supposed to be hot. And it's still very hot. So you're just going to have to bear with me. But I figured we would take a trail among the mountains and talk about the latest blog post that is the Western Festival. So let's go. Alright guys, so we have the Western Festival by Ella, narrative designer, and Jared, the senior environment artist. So here we go. Howdy Star Fam, 'tis I, Ella, the narrative design intern, coming at you with another festival. This time around, if you couldn't tell, Western. And even though we are far from the Winter Festival, I come bearing gifts. Gifts in the form of my dear colleague, lover of muddy pigs, and environment extraordinaire Jared. We at SSE have been hard at work creating another wonderful festival, blah blah blah. Please act like this is news to you and you've never heard me say it before. This time around, we've tapped into our mudslinging, hammer-wielding, mule-kicking sides, creating this year's iteration of the Western Festival. I also thought I'd get a little more in-depth on how we start off a festival, what our pre-production phase looks like. If you read the April blog, because you do read my posts, right? You know all about how we activate festivals, and the Western Festival was no exception. However, since the Western Festival is still relatively new, we're still working on the defining theme. Before we even start brainstorming a festival, we get a so-called brief from our dear directors, telling us their wishes, requests, and the direction they want us to take for this festival. This year, a state fair themed Battered and Fried was requested. This was incredibly fun to brainstorm: carnival games, Americana, singing, and dancing, to name a few. Okay, so basically what they're saying here, and I have a picture of the picture that's on the site here, is basically they're going for the American state fair kind of theme, which I think it's very cool for this year. I don't know if we'll get different themes each year, but a state fair theme is actually really cool, and I'm all for it. Especially because it's so hot outside. I don't want to go outside to a fair. We're currently in a heat wave right now, so I don't even want to look at the temperature of this room because I'll just die. But anyway, let's continue on. So it looks like we have a theme of just classic Americana from this picture. You can see like the cowboy hats. I love the red and blue and yellow flags that we got going on here. Obviously you can see some of the new tack, boots. All in all, looks really, really cool. After brainstorming, we start sorting through it all. What context can we make in the given time frame? What do we think the players will like? And also, what is our calling our names? What do we want to work on? This is done through scoping. Scoping basically means we look at our deadline, which is usually determined when the update drops, and the content we want to do, and see what we can achieve in that time frame. We sort through and cherry pick the content we need to do, such as fixing previous bugs, reactivating content, and making sure it's still relevant, redoing the layout so everything fits, and much more. These are must-haves. Then we start looking at what we want to do. If the time allows it, this can be more personal goals, such as updating the music, making new NPCs, silly quests, my fave, and updating the environment, to name a few. Just stuff that us developers like to do because we want to, not because the festival will crumble and break if we don't do it. These are therefore called nice to haves. When all of this is done, we pitch our plan back to the directors. We present what we are planning on doing, what the time frame looks like, why we are doing what we're doing, so on and so forth. Just telling the directors how we scoped and know what we're planning to do according to the brief they gave us. This time around, we passed with flying colors, as we always do, and into production we jump. Now comes what you've been waiting for. Teasers. Yes. Well, what do you think? What did you think you would like? What did we end up working on? Let's take a look. Do pigs and carnival games have in common? Well, two words that make a great pun when put together. Of course, bonking and oinking. Okay. So here we see the pig carnival game where you're going to be able to, if you saw the spoiler video that I posted, you it's basically like the classic hammer game where you throw down the hammer and it goes up. Yeah. If you know, you know. Like I said, it's the heat, guys. I'm trying. And the horse balloon is so stinking cute. Sorry, I just had to point that out, the little horse balloon. Once again, Gary Goldtooth and the Western Festival go together like chickens and cats. Wait, what? Oh, the pets they're talking about. Something I hold near and dear to my potato is heart. No, that didn't quite work now, did it? Well, these items we're bringing you these festivals are truly unbelievable. So obviously we get like little potato earrings after Yeva, so that's very cool. And little lingonberries, I think those are. But they're really cute. Ain't no festival without some wild outlaws. Perhaps they get you into some muddy troubles. The Western Festival is about that rancher and farm life. But oh my gourd, we don't have any farmers yet. Better invite some of the geezers that are outstanding in their fields and have so much fun together. Okay, so we're talking about the pumpkin gardening little section here. Again, if you saw in the spoiler video, I talk about it. It looks like we're going to have a growing competition, which happens a lot if obviously you don't live in the U.S. A lot of like agricultural like state fairs will have these contests where you bring in crops that you've grown yourself and they get judged. So there you go. And if this is your first ever Western festival, don't fret, cowboy. There are still puppies running astray, gold begging for digging in, oh my god, beasts, and all of that country loving stuff. Ahem. This is not all, but I better go now. That bull doesn't look too happy with me. It's been such a blast to work on this, and I can't wait to see y'all stroll around Starshine Ranch this summer. I hope you'll enjoy. Now let's head over to Jared. I gotta deal with this bull for a sec. Oh boy. Be careful, Ella. Be careful, Ella. I'm sure she'll be fine. Hee hee. I absolutely love the pre-production phase of any project. It's time to brainstorm tons of ideas. Most of them are funny, silly, and just plain fun. The thrill of new possibilities is incredibly motivating. Working on the environment has been as always a blast, but I'm craving more. I want to do more, create more, and give more. Patience, as you can probably tell, isn't my strong suit. One new addition was the High Striker. I had a blast working on it, especially because I got to collaborate with our talented technical artist Francine Rinchi. I probably butchered that, I'm so sorry. And our animator Max Larson. I designed, modeled, and textured the High Striker, then handed it over to Francis to rig it, and essentially turn it into a puppet with controls. After that, Max brought it to life with some incredible animations for both the player and the striker. To top it all off, I added victory confetti. Trust me, I didn't hold back on celebrating that full strike power. Words can't capture the silliness, you just have to experience it yourself. So I'm really glad to see Star Stable going this way of just taking their time and making sure like it's fun for them too to create it. And the High Striker game looks so much fun. From what I've seen in the spoilers and the teaser here, it looks like it's going to be great. Star Stable is a company built by passionate individuals from around the world who love our game and what we do. Throughout the year, we have Passion Weeks, where we dedicate 1 week to freely explore the creative ideas and content for the game. The results are always brilliant, wacky, funny, and truly reflect our team's pure passion. However, many of these fantastic creations don't end up being implemented into the game. During brainstorming for the Western Festival, I had the opportunity to share my ideas, and one concept I proposed was to introduce content into the game that stemmed from this personal passion. Rather than a specific instructions from a brief, I re-envisioned something personal, unique, and special. This led to the unique items idea. This initiative allows our artists to create something born from their personal ideas and passions, and also gives our players the opportunity to acquire the items that they know or crafted with love and a personal connection. Players will now be able to purchase items at Yaleva's shop, knowing that the artist who created them had a special connection to the piece. These items are personal, distinctive, and provide our artists with an opportunity to express their individual taste. I am excited to discover more ways to share personal ideas of our wonderful employees with our like-minded players. This is just the beginning. So, farewell from us until next time. Alright, so basically what Star Stable is saying here is that they want to add more of the Passion Weeks and their projects somehow into Star Stable, and one of them is going to be with the Western Festival with the unique items idea. So I'm glad to see more of those ideas coming to game, and hopefully that'll continue. I mean, I know, again, like I said, like they said before, it is a process, and things have to be done first before these passion ideas can really come to game. But hopefully that, like they said, this is just the beginning, and we will see even more from the team's personal ideas, which I think would be really cool. Alright, you guys, that is pretty much it from me hearing about the Western Festival. I am so excited to see where this Western Festival takes us this year and what Star Stable has done with it. Obviously, that is the main focus for this year, is the festivals and events and the holidays and all of that. So I'm very excited to see what they've done with it. Can't wait to see this like state fair themed Americana idea they have. So cannot wait. Let me know what you guys are most excited for with the Western Festival in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me, you guys. So remember to keep positive. Happy trails, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye!